Alright guys, so welcome back to your 5th Cocos2D tutorial. In this tutorial we are finally going to begin covering user interaction, having the user interact with a program. Yeah, that's the definition of user interaction if I had to spell it out for you. So specifically what we're going to be covering in this tutorial is touching and touches and touch events and stuff like that. So what we're going to be building is a program that whenever the user touches a screen, the sprite slides to where they touched and continues on its way. It's a pretty cool program. You guys are going to be impressed, I think. But a lot of people are having errors, and when they run their iPhone simulator, they actually try to touch their Macs with their finger, but you actually need to use the mouse and click it instead. So you can't, use your finger on the iPhone simulator. You got to use your mouse. So, if you're having trouble understanding that, then maybe I'll make a tutorial with that later on. But yeah, that's what you got to do. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and start typing some code. You see, under this import right here, we need to import one more thing for this tutorial. Import, and that is CC, hopefully it pops up, touch, no, not handler, dispatcher, crap. Dispatcher, there we go. And I think I'm gonna sneeze soon. Am I gonna? I don't know. I can't tell. I think it's like a minute away right now. It's like a minute 30 away right now. Anyways, so go ahead and import that CC touch dispatcher, and this pretty much is the header file we need that allows us to use touches. So before we just jump right into coding our touches methods, there's one more thing that we need to do. We need to register this view to be able to respond to touches. So here's how we do this. Go ahead and inside your init and inside the if statement, might as well add one more line of code right here. And that's this line. CC touch dispatcher and put shared dispatcher, just like that. It's basically writing itself. Add targeted delegate. I can't even see what's going on right now. Alright, but it looks right. Alright, let me see. Add targeted delegate. And this pretty much means, alright, we're going to be coding a bunch of different touch methods. So where are those methods? And you just go ahead and press self right here. And for priority, don't worry about this now. Just go ahead and press 0. And swallows touches sounds pretty gay, but anyways, just go ahead and put yes. And this basically means can I respond to touches or can I accept touches? Why they said swallows, I don't know, I think it's some gay joke, but I'm not sure. So now that you have that, this class is able to respond to touches. So go ahead and outside all of your other methods, we're going to be coding a new method right here. So let me say this before I even move on. Now that our class is set up to receive touches, there are 4 touches, different types of ways you can touch your iPhone screen. There's CC touch began, CC touch moved, CC touch ended, and CC touch canceled. Touch began is when you first lay your finger on the iPhone screen. Touch moved is when you're sliding your finger. Touch ended is when you lift your finger up, and CC touch canceled is when you're like in the middle of one of these moves and like your phone rings or something, so it cancels it out. A lot like the standard touches on the iPhone itself, the iPhone framework, but this is specific to Cocos2D. So again, if you remember, I named 4 touches: touch began, touch moved, touch ended, and touch canceled. The touch began method is required. So this has to be the first thing you always code. So it's actually a boolean. There we go. And just name CC touch began. And all of those are good by default. And all we need to do in here for this tutorial is return yes. Since you can see right here, it takes a boolean, so it's expecting 1 back. So let me make sure CC touch began touch with event, good. It'll pass all that along. Alright, so again, this method is always required because in order to, get touches moved, touch ended, touch canceled, you need a touch to begin with. So that's why this touch is required. But check this out. Touch moved, touch ended, and touch canceled all of these are optional. So the only thing we're going to worry about in this tutorial, just for the sake of teaching you guys how to code one method, is touch ended. And this happens whenever you lift your finger off the iPhone screen. So this is a void and cc touch ended, just like that, and keep all your parameters by default. So what do we want to do whenever our touch is ended? Well, what we want to do first is figure out where in the view did you touch. So CG point in, just name it location, and set it equal to touch location in view. Looks pretty good. And then for here, go ahead and put touch view. And if you're saying, alright, when you type a touch in event, where are you getting this stuff from? This is what is passed in right here, touch in event. So what this line of code right here, what this means is pretty much this. Where in the view did you touch? And take that and store it in location right here. So after this, what we need to do is this. Right now we have a point and it's stored in location, but this isn't a point that we can use. In order to use it, we need to convert it to a GL point, and these are the points that you use for drawing and moving your sprites around the screen. I know, it would be easier if they just had one type of point, but they don't. So what we need to do is take this location point and convert it to a point that we can use. So CG point, and just go ahead and type in converted location for converted point, and just go ahead and do this. CC director shared director. Thought it would pop up, but you didn't, you bastard. Alright. Convert to GL location and inline. And what this means is pretty much this. Take this point right here and convert it to a point that we can use and store it in converted location. Easy enough. And I probably got an error typing all that, and by the way, I'm talking about directors and a tutorial coming up. It's going to take quite a while, so that's why I'm not covering it right here. So now that we have pretty much the point that we can use where we lifted up our finger, let's go ahead and use that somehow. Let's go ahead and take that chick, that hot chick that's moving on our screen already, if you can remember from last tutorial, and move her to this new point. So chick, the first thing we want to do is stop all actions. And this will take it, see, she's moving already. It'll cancel that move temporarily while we do this. Alright, so we want to cancel anything she's doing already, and we want to run a new action, and that is this. CC move to action with duration, and just go ahead and put like 1 second or something. And what position do you want to move to? Converted location, just like that. So let me build this real quick and see my errors. Wow, it actually succeeded. I'm kind of impressed about that. So check this out. Here's our program. Our chick is moving on the screen. Now let's go ahead. I'm pressing down, letting up. It moves there. Now I'm pressing down, letting up. It moves there. Pressing down, letting up. It stops what she's doing and moves there. So, I'll go behind the pig, I see. So that is pretty much the basics of how this works. So again, I talked about you're going to need to import the use touches. Of course, you need to import stuff all the time. You need to register this view to be able to respond to touches. And now, the meat of this tutorial. We get the location of wherever I clicked on the screen. I take that location and convert it to a CG point that we can use. I stop any movement or actions that she's already doing, and I give her a new action that says this. Alright, wherever you are, move to where I clicked. And that's pretty much all I'm doing. Pretty simple, eh? And of course, you click here, but when you run it on your device, it would be a touch. So There you go. There's your basics of touching in Cocos2D. And again, all this director stuff and anything else you don't understand, it's just other details. I'll be covering it in later tutorials. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm gonna go buy some Doritos, and you check out my forum or buy my apps or something like that. So, anyways, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.